Hello friends, this video is going to be some cool stuff already. So uh, today we are going to discuss about Spring. So yeah, I've planned that I will make a playlist like because I'm also learning Spring. So I want also sinusoidally you guys to learn with me so that you can also get a best learning source from where I'm learning, and I'll definitely make more frequent video on Spring framework. To start with the Spring, there are some prerequisites which you should be uh, known. Like if you're a Java developer, then obviously you know what is the Spring. So let me just give you a quick introduction for the Spring. So Spring framework is a Java's uh, Java framework. It is basically a framework which makes lots of tasks easier. Like if where we do a tedious process or write a uh, kilo line of code for that using Spring framework, we can just write those code in just some lines. So yeah, that's the bulk advantage of the Spring framework. So I'm not gonna talk more about Spring because the videos will be coming one after another. So you should be tuned. I'll obviously make a separate playlist on this Spring framework so that you can get more out of it. So without wasting any time, let us start with first project of Spring Boot. Like there is not a much difference between a Spring and Spring Boot. Basically, Spring Boot is also a part of Spring framework itself, but it makes more easier. So, um, so this is gonna be a video on some projects of Spring Boot. So without wasting any time, let us start with our first project. So, um, what I say is you should have a good um, IDE for running your Java project because and you should know core Java, advanced Java, and also some basic APIs or the multi-tasking features like threads about the Java so that you can get more knowledge about the Spring. So you can't just start without knowing some basic Java because it is going to be very difficult for you to get a command over Spring. So now if you have done with the core advanced Java and you have a good hands on Java, then you should definitely get started with Spring because that is the best uh, option where you can get your hands dirty on Java and get the best out of it. So before starting any Java project, you should have a good IDE. There are many IDEs. I prefer IntelliJ IDEA, where you can also add other IDEs if you are comfortable, like there are Eclipse, VS Code, and many other Java development kit would be there. Um, so this is the IntelliJ IDEA, and now we are going to make a new project, which is going to be a Spring Boot demo. So yeah, in this way we start our new project. We go on file, we go project, and then we try go for new project. So in my case, the first project is going to be a Spring Boot demo, which will come over here. Let us start with first. I will keep the build system as Maven. You can keep as Gradle to IntelliJ IDEA to, and here's the version of the JDK file. about the Git repository. I've also uploaded a video upon on Git. You can see it in my channels, videos and channels. Um, so let us create this first Spring Boot project. But here comes a twist. You know, for starting with the Spring Boot project, you need Spring Boot installed in your device, and also your IDE should be able to know that you are working with the Spring Boot, because obviously only then you can get to access its features and all the beautiful stuff. But you can see here the Spring is locked because IntelliJ IDEA doesn't provide you Spring for the free. So what you gonna do? We got a solution for that too. What to do is we got a website which is known as start.spring.io, and this issue won't arise if you are using an Eclipse, because Eclipse does allow you to handle um, Spring in its version control. So basically, what we do in this is basically initialize Spring in our PC. So this website basically brings up a Spring initializer where you can set up your all project settings. Like I'm going with project Maven, then I'm working with the Java language. We can also work with Kotlin or Groovy. Then we have got a Spring Boot version. Most probably use these versions because snapshots are, I don't know, like I've never used, but I prefer this. And then we make a group idea. Let us make with ourselves crazy. We are really crazy coders. We all know that. Um, then again, making a description. Let us make that. This is going to be a jar file, packaging, adding dependency. No need. Just generate this project so that you will get a zip file in your downloading list. I guess I might have downloaded. Obviously, no, yes. It's very short uh, file. Let's again get back to our files and let's open up that file. So yeah, we have downloaded that zip file in our PC. Now that we are set to open them, so we can obviously I've told you how to generally open that project or start a new project. But now that we are starting with uh, our pawn file, sorry, I mean, let us just wait and see what's up with this. Uh, so yeah, we are done setting up with the Spring Boot application in our PC. Obviously, it takes time for if you are doing it for the first time, but it will take more long if you have already have this setup, so that you just need it for the one time, and you can do that. I know it. Yeah. So I think so. The video length is going to be too much long, so I don't want you to be stuck for more one video. This is not a one shot. Obviously, we are going to make this video in part and part. So for now, I think so. We have set to learn about how we have installed Spring Boot application in our PC. Um, So you can check up our POM files too. I'm sorry, I've already opened them. So this is the POM file, and also we can see that here is Spring Framework boot already we added with the proper version, and also the other dependencies been added which are required from Spring Framework to work in our PC, like starter test, Spring starter, Maven plugin, and many others. So basically, before we go further away, I want you to know two main concepts of the Spring Boot, which we are going to work upon. Like the first concept comes, which are the two concepts are IOC and DI. Let me clear you up. IOC is basically inversion of control. Now you would now let me tell you neatly what is an IOC. So basically, IOC is inversion of control. That means we want our object to be created by Spring Boot. You understand? I mean to say, we basically tell Spring Boot to create a object for me and store it in their container. So basically, a IOC is just a container inside a JDK which basically stores and saves up the object and makes up for them, makes up for us. Like, if suppose I want to create an object for planet, so I'm making object Earth. So if I'm making an object Earth, then I want Spring Boot to make that object for me, not that all tedious. We all know that basic process like making a class, then creating an object with a new keyword. Yeah, we are all familiar with this. So basically, we want Spring to make a Spring Boot actually to make the object for us. So we use IOC for that, that is a container, and then another concept comes which is a DI, which is dependency injection. It's basically like a design pattern. Like um, basically when you create a bean, so let me clear. A bean is often called as an object. If you are calling, if I'm calling a bean, because a bean in a container is called as an object. We can't just call object. So from now, when we store, I mean when the Spring saves up the object into the IOC container, it is named as bean. Yeah. So basically, dependency injection is the same. Like we inject the uh, design pattern like the object directly into our PC. No, no, no. So yeah, we can actually dependency injection with many other techniques like we have annotate, we have got POM file to do it by adding a literal dependency to it. So we have got many other like XM creating an XML file, and in that we have to uh, um, specify the dependency, which is nothing but uh, help for creating an object uh, for Spring Boot so that Spring can make a container for that object too. So yeah, it is just an external entity of uh, inversion of control, like the containers, IOC containers. So yeah, these are the basics which are needed for learning the Spring Boot for first project. So yeah, our first project is going to be on this only. Like we are going to let Spring Boot make our first our object, sorry, our object uh, for basically for a purpose. So yeah, we are gonna see that in the next video. Uh, this would be just below that. So make sure you just watch quickly because once if you are linked up with this, I suppose you should go with the second video too, and then you can actually have a rest like me. Obviously, I'm too having always rest. Yeah. So that's it for this video. The next part will come in the next video. Stay tuned. Please like this video, make this video share with your friends so that your friends also get to know that there is the same guy in the pool which is also grinding just like you. So yeah, we the coders are gonna make our we coders are gonna make our community which is the initial coder. So yeah, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and make it share as much as possible. Please support me, guys. I will make such fun videos, more project videos, so that you can also know if you are stuck, what to do after that. And also, not only Java, we are also going to do other videos too. There are many more to come. Just stay tuned with the channel. Subscribe my channel, and you will get to see a lot of stuff. So yeah, uh, thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a great day.